uh, why 95% of the traders fail. Even if you read hundreds of books and refer hundreds of pages, the only thing is why 95% fail, traders always fail continuously. And at the end of the year, how many people will be really successful in the trading? It really matters, right? So 95% of the traders fail because in a journey of life, in journey of the education, if you want to get a degree and set in the life, for example, if you want to become a pilot, you need 2 to 3 years of training and 1500 hours of flight time. If you want to be engineer, you need 14 years of education and 2 to 5 years of uh, MS or PhD it is required. If you want to be a lawyer, you need 7 years plus 3 years law school. If you want to be a doctor, 7 years plus education plus 2 to 4 years. You see, to complete the complete education to become a doctor. If you want to become a trader, it really not require anything. If you have a just money, you just, if your fingertip if it is working, you can do the trading, right? Any person, irrespective of education, irrespective of the gender, irrespective of any qualification, irrespective of the age, the person sit in front of the computer, if he is able to, his finger, if it is working, he can able to do the trade. That is the why it is so simple and so complicated and so emotional, right? But most of the people today wants to the trade. It is okay, but they fail. 95% of the traders fail because there is no experience. For example, if you are learning a someone has given a BMW car or Benz or Rolls Royce, but you don't know how to drive it, but they have gifted you. What do? Right? You don't know what to do first of all. You do whatever you want to do. So that is what is the problem. So without any experience, when you start it, sometimes the market goes up and market goes down. There is only two possibilities in the market. So sometimes by luck you may win, but you will lose lot of times. That is the very critical thing here. You don't know what is market, what is market sentiments, why market is reacting like this, who is moving the market, why it is moving. Even when you not expect anything also, only two moves are there, either up or either down. When you go against the market, you should know that one you are should early you need to cut it. If you go in favor, you should follow it. So major reasons are over risking. Very important thing here is always markets will not go as you expect, because there are very smart people, very big money people, smart money people are working in the market, and they easily estimate what you do and how you think and what is your mindset and where you put your stop losses, where you enter, where you exit, everything they know. So you should know that one, what is your position sizing. When trade is going against you, are you ready to cut it? Are you ready to accept your failure? Are you ready to really control your ego, your emotions? That is very important thing. The risk management, when you don't know how to manage it, how to accept your failure, then you can't survive in the market. So the risking is very important, and it is on top of everything. And most of the traders, they involve because some of the trades they win because the market goes in their favor, because market has only two moves, either up or down or sideways. So sometimes even if they don't expect, they win, and that will go and sit in mind of the person, and they expect again and again, again and again, again and again. When market goes against to him, and he expect it will reverse. Yes, absolutely, it's going to reverse. Out of 100 times, minimum 3 4 times, 5 times it will reverse, but remaining 95 times it won't. But expecting that 5%, 95 times you are going to lose the money. That is where the plan is very very important, right? Without hedging, simply naked calls, if you buy and without hedging, that is what will happen. Your capital, entire capital, it will become zero. So trading whenever you feel it, because all moves are not your moves, are not in your favor. You should be carefully move your moves and carefully exit it, and don't, and they don't know any news suddenly happens how to move. They'll keep on waiting, waiting, waiting. Market will reverse. Why should market will reverse for you? Because you have taken the position. No, right? It's never going to happen. Should be always be keep on eye. When market goes against you, you have to immediately take the action. Never ever delay. And over trading. Okay, I'm morning I earned some 10% of my capital. By evening, I lost 30% of my capital. Why? Because you're going always against to the market, against to the trend, taking too many trades, over trading, want to double your capital within a day. No, market is there for your needs, but market is not there for your greed, right? No back testing involved. So you should have one proved successful strategy where it works, but no strategy works always or 100%. You should accept the failure. At the same time, you should be ready with your weapons to fight, to enter into the game, copy the signals. And the main reason what I feel the most important thing is lack of education. No proper education, no proper hand holding, and no proper mentorship. This is very very critical in the stock market, because most of the times what will happen, people think that one, yes I know. You know only on the overview, but you don't know what is inside it. When some person, when you are driving a car, when you are learning a car, how to drive, there's someone sitting beside you, and he's teaching you each and every step, and he's hand holding along with you your clutch, brake, accelerator, and your front view, rear view mirror, and side view mirror, and your steering, and he's teaching you each and every move, how to start, how to move, how to press the brake, how to stop the vehicle, how to take the u-turn, how to manage the overtaking, how to manage the speed, how to manage the uh, engine. If these things, someone is there beside you and teaches you each and every time, how fast perfectly you can learn. That is very very important. But most of the times it is failed in the market. But traders think, okay, I read the book, I am there in the market, I have seen the market, I know everything, I'll go. No, it is never like that. You know the car, you know how it function. You know how to start the car, how to stop the car. That means you can go in the highways or without any mistakes, or how in the traffic you go without any mistakes. Never ever. You need up to certain level hand holding. That is where it is missing. That is where someone giving a guidance to you, this is the entry exit here, this is the market moves, and this is the big players are moving, this is the volume, right? This is where average price people are sitting here. what is the smart players are looking at, and what big news plays into the market, and how to edge if my decision goes wrong, how to cut my losses at lower, how to extend my profits, right? So these are very very critical things: how market works, how time decay works, how theta works, how implied volatility works, how news works, how global cues works, right? How big players think, how big players moves uh, impact the market. So these are all very very important. You need the expert advice to learn these things up to certain level. So this is where it is missing, and most of the people think that when I know, I do, I learned. hmm, so these parameters make the person more arrogant, more egoistic, and uh, they enter more emotionally. They enter into the size, increase the sizing, and they know that when market goes in their favor, but it goes against to them. They fail. They not only fail, they utter fail. That is the way market treats you. That is the reason market is there for your needs, but not for your greed. So taking high risk instead of focusing on the long term growth. So if you take 2%, 3% of your capital as a profit in a one day, that is a more sufficient. You should be happy. You should be on safer side. Easily book the profit and wait for the situation. Wait for your movement and never ever trade again and again. Keep on trading, and there is stability. You miss it. Most of the people, why they exit within 3 months, 6 months, not even carrying more than a year in the market, is only because of this. It is very easy to enter, but very fast to exit and exhaust your capital. Someone else, try to copy always someone else. Someone's success is not your success. Someone appetite, risk appetite, someone capital, someone knowledge, someone experience, not your experience. So never ever make, if someone making the market, means you are not the person who is ready to make the moves in the market. Be careful. Never ever enter into the comparison game. It's a big blame game, and human mind is not meant for emotionally fit for doing the trading. Especially you should know this one: the trading should be done by the missions. When you are not fit enough for mental fit or emotional fitness, if you don't have, you are not even eligible to enter into any trade. So the comparison, you have to leave it, right? And never ever think that when you are going to reach overnight because of the trading. And too much of obsession with the indicators rather than understanding the market structure. So when market is falling, it never ever respects any kind of indicator. If a sudden fall comes, sudden news comes, if something happens overnight, it never ever respects any kind of levels, any support and resistance level, any rallies, any base, nothing. It goes like that. So you should be very careful, and people always think that, well, no, you are right always. You don't have mindset to accept your mistakes, and you don't have mindset to manage your ego. That is a problem. You always think, how should I be wrong? That market will reverse. Yes, reverse. Why should it reverse for you? Right? So don't make it is because they quit, because they lost money from giving life too early. Because human body, human emotions, human nervous system cannot accept the failures after certain levels. It requires a lot of practice, a lot of experience. How many number of trades, how many number of worst situations you have seen, how big players make the scams, right? Never ever tell that one market is a scam. It is there for you. You are not doing anything there. Market is just shifting money from one person pocket to another person. So when you know that one, you never ever blame the market. They listen to others. They become lazy, overwhelmed, alone. See, it never comes by reading the books. You may read hundreds of the books, but that live experience in live how to adjust your trade, it never comes by reading the books or seeing the people or meeting the people. It is a conscious awareness, consistency, observation, right? And the number of trades, number of years you see the market, that is very, very important. So the knowledge, the experience, the consistency, and you should always aware that one, you never ever move the market with your capital even inch, because there are a lot of big players who are ready to move that market and what they are expecting there, and you are just an observer, and you should witness how market moves, and you should observe it, and in that observation, if you want to participate and exit. Wrong expectations, making that when a lot of people are making money, I also enter into the market, I'll make the too much of money. Yes, market has a big money, but why should it give to you unless you know anything about it and how to manage your risk? You don't know how to manage your emotions, how to manage your positions. You don't know where to enter, where to exit, and where to cut the losses, right? So never ever have a quick rich mindset. And you should check your fitness, your mental fitness, your emotional fitness, right? Your IQ levels, and the risk management. It's a very, very important. So always be respect the markets, and also you should know that one, what are the indicators, and too much dependency on indicators also not work unless you know what is market sentiment, right? Market sentiments are very, very important. Market always works on the sentiments, right? So what is happening locally, what is happening globally, and what is the news, and why stocks are moving, why stocks are going down, what is the sentiment it is making. These are very, very important concept, right? And focus on the long term growth, and educate a risk, and where you can size your positions, and up to where you can accept the profits and losses. Don't go beyond that, and never ever have a hope in the market. The hope is hopeless, right? So market will reverse, market will make me uh, profits if I keep it open for long term. No, I'm not going to survive with that expectations. And I should know that one, uh, in general, and how market behaves, and market demand and supply, market resistance and market support. If market is uh, overflowing, then nothing will help you. You should, sometimes I feel the best way is that not doing any trade, just observing the market. Not every day is your day, right? So seeing it, observing it, seeing it, observing, that makes you more mature. So emotional intelligence is a huge in trading. Learn to control the reactions to your emotions. So instead of reacting, respond. The traders can't be successful if she is always hijacked by her fear and greed. So the greed enters into your mind. You try to lose your emotions. When fear enters into trading and your sizing, then you can't emotionally perfect. So always be know that one how much your risk appetite, risk management. So see this an example. This is a very important an example. So consistency is like in first week you earn 3k, second week 5k, third week 2k, fourth week 8k, fifth week 5k. In a month you go maybe around 20k. It is better then if you make a 50k first day, second day 80k loss, third day 30k profit, fourth day 20k loss, fifth day again 40k profit. The net to net is a 20k profit. But in this entire journey, when you are making the losses, your losses are more than your profit. How you feel? Can you sleep properly? Can you eat properly? Can you think properly? How your body system can react to these situations? Are you really are you really prepared for these kind of fluctuations? The second option will leave you emotionally exhausted and mentally disturbed, and your reactions are more dangerous than your response. That is where most of the people lose their control and enter into the market and fight against the market and get out of the game. So the stop loss, most of the people, and they expect to reverse the market when market goes against to them and wait too long, hoping that market will reverse. But that never ever happens always. Maybe times out of 100 times, maybe 5 6 times it may happen, yes, but it depends again completely the timing of the market. Remaining 95 times there is a possibility that one it will make your capital zero. Are you really prepared for that one? That is very important. So market always has a uncertainty. Never ever think that one market goes what you expect. Why should it go? You should go how market goes. You should go behind the market, follow the market, but market never ever follows you. And most of the thing is position sizing without estimating your risk entering into the trade and without knowing where to exit and the price levels. When it won't come to your level, you always keep it open hoping that one market will come down. It's never going to happen again and again. Market follows the patterns, market follows the repeated patterns, but it should not be when you think, right? So always what your risk appetite and what your position sizing, that only keeps you long time in the market. So don't worry because 2 days in a day, two trades, the best trades, do it, open it, close it, and leave it. That's all. 10 trades in a week, best. 40 trades in a month, ultimate. 480 trades in a year, that's all. When you are juggling yourself on a single trade, give some time to yourself. Don't trade, think, witness, right? How market behaves. Sometimes no trade is the best trade. Trading is not an emotional business. Mind over the heart, logic over the emotions, probably over randomness. Yes, Market always is a probabilities, uncertainties, and it is a game of eliminations. It eliminates easily who does not have patience, who does not have discipline, and most of the people survive in the market when they have the emotional fitness, observation skills, accepting the losses, not going and be humble in front of the market, and accepting and respecting the levels, respecting the market. Those people only can survive in the market, because it's a game of moves, game of uncertainties. You should be able to understand the game instead of fighting against it. So always enter into a trade with a trade plan and risk management, and spend long time observing it, why it is moving, where the players are there, and what is the news behind it, what is the why marketing behaving like this, right? And why it is respecting the levels, and why it is reversing from supporting, why pivots are very important, why average pricing and average players and volume is important. So when you observe these things over and over and over a period of time, you can technically analyze the market, how market reacts, how market responds, and psychology of the trading, it improves over a period of time when you save your capital and when you are there in the market for a long time. So never ever expect that when you get rich overnight and oversize your position without hedging. So market never ever respect those people. So most of the people I have seen, and they lost in the market and they come up with some more capital and they try to recover their entire loss in one trade. That is where people lose the patience, people lose the consciousness, and they lose the consistency, and they go and fight against the market. Never, my friend, never ever you are going to win against the market. You are not even a small uh, visible player at all market in front of thousands and thousands of crores of players in the market, right? You should remember that. So always have a trading plan, and most of the people they simply ignore it, and they think that one, okay, I'm here market at the supposed uh, rally base, and it is taking the base now, and it will go up. Why should it go up as per your expectations? Never ever it goes up as per your hope, right? So always have a stop losses and enter exit with the minimum risk percentage, and always be on safe side of booking the profits, and never ever think that one market always be favoring to you. So risk small to survive, yes. So even if you lose that amount also, you should be okay to accept the loss. For example, your capital is 10,000 and you can risk up to 2%, right? And maximum loss per day 200 bus. Risking 20 to 50% of the capital, never ever going to survive. Never risk more than 1 to 2% per day, and use stop losses always. That is where most of the people thinking that when trade goes against to them, they keep on hoping, and they don't know where to cut the trade and where to stop the trade and where to exit. Thinking, hoping, never ever going to happen, and you can't survive with that. Poor risk management, making risking 30% of the capital, 40% of the capital, 50% of the capital, never putting the loss, never putting the stop losses, and hoping that never cutting the trade when trade goes against to them. That is where the poor risk management, because ignorance is a very very costly in the market. One simple ignorance where to cut the trade. If you don't know your ignorance, you have to pay entire your capital, 30 40 lakhs, 50 lakhs, 1 crore, 5 crores, 10 crores. One small mistake, ignorance is cost to you 10 crores of your capital will wipe out. Learning one mistake, you are losing your entire capital. These are mistakes are very very costly learnings. That is the reason most of the people can't able to survive in the market. Ignorance is very very costly here. The mistakes you learn are very very costly here. Most traders jump into without learning the basics, fundamentals, charts, strategies, psychology, trading, sentiments, economic cues, global cues, political situations, right? Fundamentals. So these are very, very in deep. You know that one, what moves the market, what moves the sentiments, right? So what fake news makes the market, what good news makes the market. So keep on learning, keep on observing, consistently participating is very important. So most of the people, when trade goes against to them, and they do the revenge trading, they lose more, and it is a killer. Stick to the logic, not emotions. Stay disciplined, walk away when needed. Never ever sit in front of the charts and seeing and observing morning to evening. Never ever going to happen this again, my friend. Please remember that. Keep it your emotions. Risk it very less. Size it very less. And observe the market. Observe the market. And enter, exit. And cut out losses very soon. That is very, very important. Because markets are there for your needs, and markets are not there for your greed. Why do most traders fail? So education is very very important, long term observation is very very important, survival is very very important, and patience and discipline is very very important, and mentorship is ultimate. And not only looking at the profit, at the same time you should protect your profits and keep your profits. That is where most of the people fail. First 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, they'll get the profit. Fifth day, they lose the entire profits, including capital. That's the way people are losing. Not able to accept the loss. One trade is enough to spoil your entire account. Entire account. One single candle is enough for your living. Yes, one single candle in a day is enough for your living. At the same time, if you are greedy, one single candle is enough for spoiling your entire account, blowing. So play smart, observe smart, and never ever copy others blindly. Never ever follow behind the blindly. Give up too soon. Early losses disgrace many traders. Yes, only experience make the people. But till that, you have to survive in the market. You should learn them from the mistakes, but your mistakes should not be very costly, and it will cost sometimes your life as well. So never ever depend upon only the indicators, but market respects sometimes the prices, and average prices, volume, and EMAs, VWAMs, supports, resistances, but not always. When you are against to it, You should accept it and exit it. So never ever going to risk your 100% of the capital always. 3%, 4%, bus. When you are going against you, cut it, observe, wait, then focus, and always have a long-term growth. Today is your not your day, but tomorrow should be your day. Day after tomorrow should be your day, but you have to survive till that day to become your day. If you're dying today, how can you see day tomorrow and day after tomorrow? You have to be there in the market to see that. You should have the patience. You should accept when you are going against to losses. So risk it and you stick to the plan and don't be panic and always accept and be emotionally fit, be emotionally healthy. So unless your body not ready to take this much of emotional hit, you are not fit to trade in the market. You are not meant for trading. The trading requires complete mindset, complete education, complete experience, complete consistency, complete patience. If you don't have that one, how are you going to survive here? Right? So, what works? Build a system, maintain a journal why you are entering, why you are exiting, why you are in profits, why you are in losses, what made you think, and what are your size positions in the market, and never ever go for hope always. And follow one strategy long enough to improve it. And don't need 10 indicators, 100 setups. One strategy, proven strategy that makes you living and travel long in a long journey. So always have a good risk appetite. That is the way people survive in the long term. Today is not my day, tomorrow might be my day, and after tomorrow also my day. So that is the way you should accept the risk management, accept your losses, and accept your profit, cut it, and be always on safer side. So pro traders, what they follow is always risk management and psychology. Noob traders always they depends upon the indicators and MMD and RSI, but they always neglect about the position sizing, where they need to cut off the losses, where they need to exit, where they should not enter. So do's and don'ts. The more important thing here in the stock market is important is don'ts than do's. Really, when you know that one what you should not do, automatically you do what you have to do, right? So they focus too much on the entries, but that's not the correct way. Always hunting for the perfect setup and neglect the risk sizing and exit planning. If you know 100% how to sizing, how to exit planning, then you are going to be a winner. There's no doubt in that, because market always goes up or down or sideways. When you know that one market is against you and how early you're going to cut your entry, that is very, very important. And you should not enter again, and how much you should accept as early as possible, accept your loss and cut it and exit. So change plans mid trades and swings to scalp, and from confidence to desperate and no consistency. So never ever be always be changing. Observe the market, be dynamic, and follow the market. And market never follow you. You have to follow the market and observe it and catch it. Market is a fire. never ever going to be always in your favor. It will bound you if you catch it for more time, right? They don't track performance. If you don't journal and you won't improve, you can't fix what you don't measure, right? So always have a track record. What makes you take into the trade? What makes you to exit? Why you are entering? What are the parameters? What are the indications? What is the sentiment? What's the news? Right? Everything is a minute point also matters here to follow the markets. So stick to the plan, increase your consciousness, awareness, your mindset, and simply react to the market. Don't do, respond, and be always on safer side, be always on hedging side, be always on risk management side. So always have a successful mentor, observe, discuss, analyze, right? This makes your way of thinking in very mature way, and how marketing uh, works and will not work, and it falls, it make you fall and ask you to get up again. So always be conscious about your emotions. Never ever take the trades on emotions, because market always takes out of the pocket of emotionally ill persons and gives to the emotionally well persons. So stop focusing on different kind of comparison business, right? So never ever always be dependent on indicators. In which most of the indicators are lagging indicators. It will show you the path the after market reacts, not before. So never ever always have a rich mindset, long term growth, and market is not a gambling, my friends. It's not a gambling. It is a you are going to bet on upside. Someone might be betting on a downside. Who is going to win? Ultimately, the person who is the most strength, he is going to win in the market. The follow the person, and never ever going to fight against the person. You are not going to stand for long. So always go on winning beats more. And when winning beats not happening, limit your losses as early as possible. Always go with the calculated risk, and go with a more active, responsive analysis. So how to fix it? Max risk, you can take it 1 to 2% per day, and use proper lot sizing, and strictly follow the risk management. How much you can risk your capital, and follow it. Cut it your losses early, and protect your profits, and never ever going to do or trade always. So oversizing always is dangerous. Never ever overestimate the market, because market is always observing you what you're doing, right? So margin calls no, emotional trading no, revenge trading no, blowing account faster no, over leveraging skills more accounts than bad strategies. So always be should always be patient. Should have a lot of patience in my market. Market always observes your patience, your discipline, your mentality, your reactions, your pauses, your strategies, right? Market is always superior, my friends. Never ever underestimate the markets. It will make you, it will kick you, it will kill you, right? So always be a friend. Follow the market. Learn how to follow the market. Learn how to observe the market. 90% of traders make this mistake. Are you one of them? So, smart man learn from the mistakes. The wise man's learn from the mistakes of others. Because when you are going to always learning from the mistakes, there is no time you are going to survive in the market. You should know that one what mistakes happened and how you are going to accept it and learn from the mistakes of others, and you don't repeat the same mistakes again and again, because it requires a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience, a lot of observation, a lot of mentorship, and you should have the money to survive for that long term in the market. And I should follow the market methodology, market plan, and money management, risk management, mentorship, right? And prepare the necessary for failures. Expect the unexpected things. Be consistent. Follow the rules, and where entries and exits and moves, stop losses, right? Trading anything outside of their trading plan, unusually emotionally based revenge trading, never ever do again. Lack of communication to process of the trading, right? So never ever gamble always, because the gamblers never ever going to say for very long run in the markets. Position sizing is very important. Market always runs based on a lot of factors. It's art and science. So avoid all these things. Strategies, follow the strategies, revenge tradings, emotional control, don't track the trades, ignoring the risk managements, and never ever change frequently your strategies. If it is not working, okay, accept it. So learn a strategy and do the back testing, observe it, analyze it, follow it, and look. Always it happens. Acceptance is more important thing. So always build the mindset where you are going to accept and optimize patience, discipline, and exit. Exit is more important than the entry, my friends. Really, anybody can enter anytime, but exit you should know when to exit. Either it is a profit or it is a loss. That is what it makes you to survive in the game of smart players, game of smart money, game of discipline, game of patience, game of elimination. Exit. Where you are exiting is a very important. If you master it, if you master this piece in the market, you are going to be a winner. You are going to be a survivor. Why traders fail? Same, wrong expectations, overnight reach, no proper system, poor risk management. So no trading plans, blueprints, market trades, market trends. Always expecting market gives some probability, market goes in their favor. Never. Neglecting the risk management and taking very granted, okay, it happens, and not able to accept uncertainties and not able to accept the excitements in the market. So counter trades, ego trades without any edge, always fighting against the market, never going to work. So analyze it, decision making, and accept it, and move ahead, and go ahead, and move on. Trading thinks it is easy, but it's not. It really it is easy. It is the most difficult and toughest job to survive, and consistently follow the markets. So these are very important concepts, my friend, to keep in mind and always practice. Remember, remember, read, remember, remember, and remember.